Hello, thank you for stopping by Earth Angels Sanctuary and Learning Center. Before I delve into the month of June for our classroom topic, I like to take a moment and thank you for accessing this information as a resource and tool. Whether you are using it independently, with your family, or friends, I appreciate you not letting distance get in the way of your intuitive development. So let's roll in through our next topic of our month. We did the magical realm of Dreamscape. Dream wisdom for the intuitive child. I'll go over the introduction. Our guest speaker, who is Dream Whisperer, Precious Aura Batista. Function of our dreams, types of dreams, dream interpretation, dream-related abilities and gifts. Our Soul Masterpiece class, which goes in conjunction with our topic for June. And conclusion, wrapping up this month and going into next month's topic. Our interview with Precious. When did you discover you had heightened awareness? There was no one point where I had sudden realization. If anything, I've always been aware of my abilities, in some cases before they actually became physically manifested, and my life journey has served to increase my confidence and trust in myself and said abilities. When was or were your basic abilities and now? I'm not being purposely vague or sidestepping this question, but I stopped trying to label or categorize my abilities or define what I am a long time ago. All I know is that when a person finds me, not an easy feat, whatever wisdom and abilities are needed for the situation arises naturally. Learning to trust this was probably the most challenging part of my personal work. How did and do you feel about your abilities? In my teens, I yearned to be accepted and railed against what was being asked of me from within. I didn't like being different, but at the same time, I couldn't bring myself to engage in activities or practices that would have made me more accepted. There was a point that I turned my back on my sacred calling and went the way of the world. As time went on and I grew from my life experiences, I was able to outgrow this need for societal acceptance and fully step into my personal circle of power, expression, and truth. I fully celebrate my abilities now, even when I don't know the whys or whats. As they say, the proof is in the pudding. As long as the pudding is good, then I am more than happy to let the rest be answered in good time or perhaps never at all. That's amazing, Precious. Thank you. What are the basic steps and development of your intuitive abilities? I don't believe intuitive abilities have to be purposely developed. This runs counter to what most of you have heard or believed. I believe these abilities will naturally develop over time. Another way to look at it are already in their perfect form. What I believe we must pay specific attention to is the development of ego, beliefs, and energetic patterns from within our children. These are the factors that will inhibit the development and/or expressions of intuitive abilities. For children, much easier, have a conscious adult, whether parent or not, to guide and help them make sense of the world around them will do much to mitigate the potential inhibiting developments of these factors. For adults, the work is quite a bit more, as these inhibiting factors, especially ego, have had ample opportunity to mature and overrun the garden. This is why my work has concentrated on adults for many years, although in the last 2 years my work with children in individual and group settings has significantly increased. Listen, important daily maintenance or routine to stay connected and in tune with your spirit team or higher self. Conscious breathing and prayer throughout the day. There are very few moments that I am not in deep presence and consciously connected with Great Spirit. We are all in constant conversation. Any advice as children go along their spiritual journey into adulthood? 1. Listen to and trust your inner divine voice. 2. Question everything and accept only which you find to be true. Dismiss anything that is an affront to your soul. 3. Be discerning. There are many motivations, influences, and energies in the world. Choose wisely what you allow in your life and energy matrix. 4. Know that all the help, resources, and guidance you need are always in place in the most perfect ways and timing. We need only be conscious and present in the moment to see these wonderful gifts. And 5. Know that you are beloved. The natural consequences of this fact are available to you in unlimited abundance. Thank you, Precious. And that was her interview. And now we're going into the function of dreams. So dreams is your mind occupying itself while it sleeps? Some people refer to it as meaningless biology. However, Dreamscape in neuroscience, the military has spent a lot of money on research in Dreamscape. So even they find the value in that. So Dreamscape is quite remarkable and allows infinite possibilities for the dreamer. It contains powerful messages and encodings, and it can bear weight and meanings in our waking lives, such as problem solving, desires, and ambitions. There is no insignificant dream. So we learned that there's premonition dreams, which is something happens and comes true. Learning, where you're learning something like in a classroom or with loved ones or your higher guides. Communication, which is crossover and shared dreams. Problem solving, where you lost something or it's very purposeful. And transformation, which is lucid or you're communicating with your higher self. Now, let me point out in the communication dream, like where you have crossovers or shared dreams, it would be like your loved one coming to you saying, "Hi, I'm here. How are you? I'm doing well." Or you might see a departing dream where they get in an airplane or a train or a taxi or something like that, where you see that someone might be departed. So these are just dreams that we touched upon. There are many other types of dreams. For instance, there's nightmares and all other kinds of dreams that we didn't all touch upon in this class because we didn't have much time. But this is just what we touched upon today, and we'll go a little bit more in depth with that. So after you have the dream, usually from the time that you're done dreaming into the wake-up stage is where translation happens, when we come back into our bodies and our mind transforms the energy and shows them into messages or into a video play of our dreams. There are no rules when it comes to dreams. So you can look at a dream book for interpretation, which is not always the best because symbols mean special to us, not necessarily generic for everyone. However, this is a good place to start if you don't know where to look. You can decipher the symbols yourself and build on that, which is the best interpretation. Like if you see red in a dream, a red bird, red means anger to one person, but red can mean love to another. So you just need to look and see how that meaning relates to you. You can start out with the who, what, when, where, how, and then it leads to why you had this dream. Or you can just talk it over with someone you trust, and they always have a really good insight because they know who you are as well. So dream interpretation. So here's a quick exercise like I was just talking about. You can decipher the symbol and meaning. So the object here is you see these white flowers down at the bottom. So you can always start by going, okay, well, what's the color of the flower? How about what type of flower? So, and then you can go broader in there and go into your surroundings. Like, is it daylight? Is it nighttime? Are we in a field? Is it a single flower? Are there bunches of flowers? Is it sitting on the table? What do you do with the flower? Do you go up and touch it? Or are you just looking at it as it's crossing your path? Or do you not even pay attention at all, but you just know that it's there? So these are all different meanings and interpretations how you view flowers in a dream. Let's also look at this lion. So look at this lion. What is it doing? Some people would say it's roaring. Others would say it's yawning. But when I downloaded this picture, it's actually yawning. So there's an interpretation in itself. You could say, where are you in this dream with the lion? Are you like right next to it? Are you far? How do you feel about the lion? Are you scared? No emotions at all? Are you alone? Or were you with a group of people? So these are all things that play on top of it. So just hone in on one symbol and then expand from there and just write it out and just work with it until it feels right with you. We also learned about dream-related abilities and gifts. One that I did not put down on here was it's quite an interesting dream that a lot of people see a redhead running in the woods holding a baby. This is a common phenomenon in dreams. And still, not everybody knows exactly what that means, but people that have these dreams, it seems to be a common one. Another dream-related ability is a dream walker, which is a shaman term of one who has the ability to work with and inside of dreams. And the purpose of a dream walker is to assist others with their nightmares, to find the person in the in-between world, help with phobias, collective solutions to share with the mass consciousness. And I listed all other purposes on here, to understand, create, heal, teach, to meet with the elders or ancestors, journey into this realm, like out-of-body experience, to work with other worlds and other realms, and to be one with the source of all creator. Interesting fact that as we did this dream walker, we found several of the other earth angels children had these abilities. Some could walk into their family's dreams, their sisters, brothers, parents, even the neighbors. Another set had the children were in each other's dreams, and they would finish each other's sentences. If you go to one room, you would hear a conversation. Go into the next room, there's a delayed conversation, but it still feels that. And then when we asked the children, they were like, oh yes, that my sister was in my dream last night, we did this and this and this, and then the sister would say yes, and then we did this and this and this, and they would be like yes. So that was a validation for the parents too, that the children are connected in the dreamscape with each other as well. Every quarter we also have a program called Soul Masterpieces, which is Sensing Our Universe Through Love. This Soul Masterpiece was on dream catchers. We learned that the Chippewa made dream catchers for their children's nightmares. The hoops represented the sun, and the good dreams passed through, and the bad dreams got trapped in the web and burned away at the first light of the sun. And these are actually pictures of all the children who made dream catchers. You can see they're amazing. They all have their own feathers, crystals on them in design. The children went into a meditation where they met their shaman and they danced in the center of their drum circle. They received messages, colors, crystals, everything that they needed to put into their dream catcher, plus that first nightmare or reoccurring dream that always bothered them. That was the first dream they put into the dream catcher. So we had a great time. The families, the parents, and the children had to learn to work together and be in constant communication as a team building exercise, and made this beautiful creation. Everybody felt amazing afterwards, even though it was tough and it involved a lot of creativity. It was an amazing experience. Everybody came together and it was awesome. So that is our episode for Enter Dreamscape, Dream Wisdom for an Intuitive Child. Next month, for the month of July, we're doing Intro to Channeling for Children. Beyond the six senses, there's an art of channeling. What does this involve? Can anyone do it? If your child or children are sensitive to energy fields and other people's energy, they may be ready to learn about intuition, guidance, grounding, and protection. If they are connecting to their source, they can solve issues and challenges in their life simply by going within. Learn information regarding subtle energies and surrounding us to guide us in the direction of our soul's yearning, and how to use channeling for the highest good of all concerned. My guest speaker will be Jody Friedman, who is a Reiki master here locally. And so I hope you check us out. We're going to be available on Skype for free. If you're interested, email me at www.earthangelsnetwork.com and let me know if you're interested in attending the Skype. I will be also live streaming and YouTubing this video so you can tap into this information as well. And as always, thank you for checking out our episode. And if you need anything, please feel free to contact me and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And we will see you next month. Thank you, Earth Angels.